What's up, everybody? So today I got something special for you. I actually have two things special for you. First, an announcement. I had somebody ask me in the comments of my last video if I'd do a live stream, and it's definitely something that I've thought of. I was gonna wait until I had 1,000 subs to do it, just so I made sure I had enough people that came in to the live stream and we could have a conversation. But then it was also kind of like, well, what topic would I do? So that's what I want you guys to post down in the comments. What topic would you like me to do? And I've thought about just doing a Q&A because normally I respond to comments, but if you guys want to, like certain questions answered about me, I'm pretty open. I mean, I'll let you know if it's not something I want to talk about, but for the most part, I'll tell you guys anything. So put those down in the comments of this video. If I get enough questions and I get enough positive feedback, then we'll schedule a time and I'll do a live stream from the house here. The second thing is, this is what today's video is going to be about. Christopher, I know you are one of my subscribers and you comment on quite a bit of stuff. And then I believe it was also Allie, Dane, who a few weeks ago asked about this. I want to show you guys what normally is sitting right beside me here. You've noticed that in all my videos that I have this U-Haul box that sits right here, and I've got it down here on the floor right now. I'm actually going to show you guys what's in that box because I've had so many questions about it. There's no reason for it to be here in particular. This is just the little corner of my living room that I use as storage beside the TV, and that is, so yeah, it's just there. There's no reason for it to be near the TV or anything, but I don't even know for sure what all's in this box because it's stuff that's been in here for a few years, and I probably need to declutter and can probably get rid of some of this stuff. So I thought, why not have you guys go through it with me? So here's the first thing. Wow. So this is at least 4 years old. This is a little bag that which is gross. Now, I don't know what is all over this. This t-shirt. Oh, yeah, I forgot I got this. Okay, so I forget what the deal was. Yeah, that says Youngstown State. That's weird. Okay, well, anyway, this is from Coke Zero, some kind of rewards program, and I don't for the life of me remember why I ordered that. And it's also a women's shirt. I think they didn't have any guy shirts, and they didn't have any teams that I knew of. I somewhat know Youngstown State University, so I got something from there. And I think I figured I was just gonna sell the shirt. Probably won't be able to do that now because it's got stains all over it. It's a random blank envelope. Oh, and then there's this. This is from a company called Swedish Furniture Parts, obviously for IKEA. At one point, I lost all the equipment to put my IKEA bed together, so I had to order some spare parts for it. And yeah, I probably don't need this anymore. This is the receipt from July 20th, 2013, when I bought my suits, which I got a really good deal at Joseph A. Bank. They were buy one, get one free, and it was a lot of money. I'm not going to say on camera how much it was. Just keep in mind I had a decent job at the time. But as much as they were a good investment because I've used them a ton, both for fraternity events and for interviews. Ugh. This is kind of gross too. I think maybe I've only worn this a couple times. I probably got this hat. This is an American Eagle hat. I probably got this in 2007 or something, and I stopped wearing it because the brim, the way it's cobweb, the brim is really tightly compacted and it pushes on your temples and gives you a headache. So I haven't worn that very much. And then this is a hat that I got. I used to work for a cleaning company, and one of the sites that we cleaned was this dairy. And yeah, so this is one of the employee hats from there. I'm not even sure why this is in here. I'm not even sure I have the mate to this. These are my old flip-flops from college. Maybe I threw the other one away because the thing broke on it. I have no clue. Then we've got, oh, back in the day when I used to use hairspray. Get a giant thing of that. Oh. And then I got a set of cups here. I think these were from Riverfront Roar 2011. Yeah, I think that's it. It was like probably July too, 2011. These are from AT&T, and I was working for AT&T at the time when I was in college, and I put these out, and I think I just took a set for myself because I didn't have any cups at the house. Oh, this was some kind of rewards card from Joseph A. Bank that I never signed up for. Oh, okay. So this is a bag of stuff from the dentist. I think this is from the day that I got my root canal done. And they must have felt sorry for me because they gave me a ton of stuff. There's a toothbrush, lip balm, I think a Listerine. There's some sugar-free gum and some more sugar-free gum and some toothpick kind of things. What else is in here? There's a empty shave gel container. You can toss that. Oh, okay. This is when I was job searching back in 2013 when I was in Morgantown. It lists all the apartments in town and places that I was going to look for a job. Wow, this is old. Alpha Sigma Phi Fraternity. Direct excerpts from Strategic Plan 2005 to 2010. Pretty sure this was my onboarding material from when I became the Grand Chapter Advisor at West Virginia University. Yeah, the staple definitely didn't go all the way through this, but... Huh, okay. Well, Alpha Sigma Phi Volunteer Handbook, and in the end here is the Alpha Sigma Phi job description for Grand Chapter Advisor, which is pretty cool. That they consider it an actual job, because it definitely is. They say 7 to 10 hours a month. You're going to spend 40 hours a week doing it. Oh, and this is important. This was a heart. It's on fraternity letterhead, but it was if I didn't have to work. Travel, develop myself, quality time with friends, all the things that I wanted to do if I didn't have to work. And that goes into this channel. And you can see at least 4 years ago, I was on the same pathway, what I'm doing now. Trying to figure out how to actually live life without trading time for money. Oh, check this out. Parkersburg News and Sentinel. This was the 2-mile race that I did back in 2011, I think. Anyway, not sure. I've got some other bibs somewhere. Oh, maybe they're in here. Can't remember which one this is. It says 5K. Oh, it's from March. What? That's either August or March. Oh, this is August 2011. This was my 23:59 was my best 5K time. That year I was really in shape. That was actually times. This is my bib from, that's the YMCA Y5 in Marietta, Ohio. There's the other shoe. Guys, if I ever get settled into a place for long enough, I definitely want to kind of go through all this and get rid of some of this crap. Set of hangers. Could definitely just put these in the closet. But if you look really close here, these are actually from Kmart. I don't know. They're from the Martha Stewart collection. Maybe I just keep holding them. Kmart's closing at the end of the year, so maybe it'll be worth something. Okay, now these. If you check these out, these are some really cool flip-flops from Hollister, and there's a story behind these, alright? Why are the tags on them? Why have I never worn them? Well, the story on that is actually pretty sad. It's probably me being a little more sentimental than I need to be. So, Hollister doesn't make leather flip-flops anymore. And the ones that the plastic ones I used to use for part of my uniform, they don't make those anymore either. I just use them as my slippers around the house, but they just don't make them. So, I don't have replacements for them. When the other pair, the one that I also had in here, of leather flip-flops broke, I decided to use one of my AAA discounts as an Abercrombie employee to buy a new pair at a 40% discount. Well, what I ended up doing was I went to work one day, and we had just hired this new girl in. It was the only day I worked with her, and it was the last day that I worked at my first location of Abercrombie before transferring the second. By the time I transferred back to the first, she was gone. Her name was Danielle Church, and she was, I think at that time, a junior or senior at the high school I had attended, obviously a long time before. Talked to her a little bit. She seemed like a nice girl, but that was pretty much it. But even though I worked at Abercrombie, I was somewhat tragic sometimes in picking out clothes, so I wanted to make sure that I asked a couple of the girls on the sales floor. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, they were in high school, but hey, I'm looking for a girl's opinion of what clothes were the best to pick out. And I don't remember what all I picked out, but because it was winter, it was February, I hadn't worn these yet. And just a few months after that, Danielle actually died in a four-wheeler accident. And, I didn't know her that well, but it was pretty sad. And so, I don't know, like I said, probably being more sentimental than I should, but that's why those haven't been worn. Coat hanger. You know what? I'm actually glad we're doing this, because I'm going to be able to put some stuff where it belongs. Oh, and this is a weird bag of stuff. Okay, so this little bag right here has probably the oldest cell phones in it you'll ever see. Stuff like this. There's a whole bunch of them. Not just like this. I think this is a Nokia 3585i from about 2003. There's also... What is this? Ooh. There's a track phone. Alright, so it's a whole bag of ancient cell phones and chargers. The reason I have that is because when I worked at AT&T, we would give you a $20 credit for a trade-in. And somebody one day brought in a ton of them and said, hey, if somebody comes in without a trade-in, just give them this. Well, when I left, I took it with me. Thought I could sell it, never could. This, you guys know I don't drink. This had root beer in it. Marietta Brewing Company, just down the street from where I used to live in my college town. Can't say anything about their alcohol, I've never tried it, but they have really good root beer. Well, that's cool. Okay, well, never mind. So I found my checkbook, and I was like, man, cool, like, I've been looking for my checks. I had to order new ones, because I didn't know where they were. But this is not what I was looking for. This is actually for the checking account that I closed 2 years ago. So, not going to help me much. Sorry guys, I keep wiping my nose. There's like so much dust coming out of this box. Although this might be the checks that I was looking for. Yeah, it is. Cool. These are from like 4 years ago. I hope they're still good. See, you guys are helping me get my life together. Oh, and this bag. Yeah, it looks like a big bag of crap, right? Well, it's not. Okay. So, well, maybe it is. There's a bunch of stuff mixed in here. Alright, so these are cups for Jello shots. I'm not sure what they're doing in there. But there's a list of names and email addresses, a bunch of construction paper, some mechanical pencils, and there was a clipboard, but I took that out because I've been using it for other things. And then, oh my gosh, this huge wheel of tickets. So, the story on this is that you guys know that... Ugh. So you guys know that I was in an abusive relationship. That's obviously something when I'm ready I'll make a video about. But I've mentioned it a couple times. And this person was chronically ill. Or supposedly. Anyhow, who knows. But she was having problems paying her medical bills. And there was an advocacy group for what was wrong with her. And the semester... This was spring semester 2014. I talked to my fraternity brothers. Now, I graduated, but I still live nearby. And the fraternity sponsored this event that I had. And we got a ton of people to... Oh, I know what those cups are in there for. I won't go into details, but basically we did a fundraiser for this society. And that's what all that material is for. It's for that. Okay, this is more Grand Chapter Advisor stuff. We've got... Okay, well, that's just going to stay attached there. Anyway. Stuff all melted together. But... let's see. More fraternity stuff. More... Brother Gowdy, let me officially congratulate you on your recent appointment to the role of Grand Colony Advisor for the West Virginia Colony at West Virginia University. Okay, so there's all that stuff, which I might keep some of this stuff, but I'll put it all together. Oh, and here's a second letter about being appointed as advisor. And then this is a flyer from the place I lived in Morgantown. Probably wouldn't recommend the place, honestly, but that's where I was for a few months. And it looks like there's a Marietta magazine, which is one of the alumni magazines for the college that I attended. I'm thinking I might have kept this because I think I might have been mentioned in it. Yeah, here we are. Mark E. Gowdy, 12, Alpha Sigma Phi, recently moved to Morgantown, West Virginia, to accept a promotion to assistant manager at Abercrombie & Fitch. He also serves as the Grand Chapter Advisor to the Alpha Sigma Phi interest group at West Virginia University. Cool. So that's why I kept that. We're getting there to the bottom. Well, this is just super gross. There's no way these are good. I don't know if this is still a thing. Okay, I used to eat healthier back in college. I don't know if you can see this, but these are individually wrapped prunes. Yeah. And they expire in August 2013. Probably gonna toss those. Couple different rolls of packing tape. I am going to be moving here soon, most likely, so I'm going to leave these out. Here's an old koozie. It's a little bent up and dirty from being in there, but this is Lambda Chi, which is another fraternity on our campus. Per Crucem Crescens, Vir Quisque Vir. Those are, I don't know, some of their Latin phrases. Lambda Chi Alpha will make your wildest dreams come true. Um, okay, what is this? Oh, okay. This remote. There's a weird story behind this remote. Okay, so this was for Comcast, maybe one of those companies. So when I lived at the Ridge in Morgantown, there was a well, you were supposed to have TV. Like some of the utilities were included, some were not. You were supposed to have to pay your gas and electric, but my roommate just always paid it and never asked me for it, so I was cool with that. But the other thing is, um, there was a spare room we never got anybody to move into. So there was three of us in a four-bedroom apartment, and in that spare room there was a cable box. Well, cable was supposed to be provided, but my room didn't have a cable box. So I took that cable box, but I couldn't change the channels, so I just had to watch like ESPN or whatever channel it was set on. So I bought this on eBay. All right, but the reason there's a story behind that is I bought it, and then maybe not like 2 weeks later, I decided I was moving. And I didn't realize until a few months later that I never received this thing that I bought on eBay. So I was like, hey, it was only like $5. I don't expect a refund or anything. I just want to let you know I never got it. And the seller's like, no, 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 that's fine. I'm sorry about that. Here's a refund. Um, and it was more than a year later, three addresses later, this random package shows up at my house. No explanation on it. The postmark date is from like a year and a half before. I have literally no idea how it found me through all those addresses through all that time, and it was this remote that I no longer need. What else is in here? Oh, okay. Stationery from Wyndham, which is a Wyndham Orlando resort. That was for this convention that I went to, Power of Music. This is my other fraternity, 2012 convention. And and this is my all access pass to that convention. Is this from the same one? I don't know. One of those is from 2012, one's from 2009. Instruction books for that remote. And what is this? Oh, okay. Now I'm still salty about this because this is a thing. There's this thing called eVive, which is like an electronic water bottle. It's hard to describe, but it's a thing that only exists in Pittsburgh and Morgantown. And I bought one. I loved it. And then I left it about a year later in the car of one of the fraternity guys. And I asked for it several times, and he never got it back to me. So I am salty about that, but that's a map of where the stations are on WVU's campus. Huh. Coupon for Green Giant vegetables that expired in 2014. Empty razor holder. A Glade plug-in thing. Oh, this is cool. Bleh. This is a little dirty. Alpha Sigma Phi Delta Chapter Sesquicentennial, 1860 to 2010. This is my fraternity chapter. This is a coaster. The story on this is that these were made for what's called a SIG bust, and it was done in 2010, and it was all alumni at that point because our chapter hadn't been active since the 1990s. And so in 2012, when we rechartered, well, not at the chartering, it was a little before that, at one of the ceremonies, they actually gave each of us one of these to have something from the old guys. So this is actually, pre the existence of our fraternity, actually. And the symbol of the cross sabers here, that's because 2 of our chapter presidents died in the Civil War and willed their sabers to the chapter. A couple tools. This is a 13mm wrench, so I know that's for putting my bed together. This might be for the same purpose. A few random Q-tips. You guys don't really need to see those. A bookmark. A button. Looks like it's from American Eagle. And what else have we got here? Oh, this is kind of cool. When I joined the local running club, they gave me this little thing. You put your information on it and you clip it to your shoe. Because if you don't carry ID with you and then, you die while you're running, they don't know who you are. Yeah, West Virginia University, Benjamin M. Statler College of Engineering and Mineral Resources. This must have been when I took a campus tour at WVU. And got a couple more of these bookmarks. Marietta College Alumni Association, 50 Things to Do Before You Graduate. Whoa, this is old. It's a receipt from Boston Beanery in Morgantown. There's 2, so I'm not sure which one it is. And it says March 10th, 2013. And then at the bottom, for some reason, I wrote 1871. I don't know what that means. Oh, I do. That's the give us your feedback and we'll give you a code thing. That must be why I held on to it. I'm sure that's expired. There's an empty Ricola wrapper, a couple of toothpicks. Oh, this is this is AT&T. This is a micro SIM card with the SIM card gone. That was because I had an iPhone and I went to the AT&T store in the mall where I was working, and they just gave me this, so like when I wanted to switch to it, I could just do that. And got some floss. This is my favorite pen from college. I bought this when I went to OU, and I used it for it's so heavy, but it's so comfortable, and I can write forever with this pen. This is what I used on all my exams in college, because I went to that real difficult college, so we didn't have multiple choice. We had essay everything. All right. Contact lens case. I have a business card for the fraternity for my former boss. He moved to a different position there. And a U-Haul box cutter. So, you guys saw everything except the toothpicks and the Q-tips. You don't need to see those. So that is what's in the box. I didn't realize that was going to be a half-hour video, but thank you guys for sticking around for that. Now you know a little bit more about my life. You know what's in the box. And I hopefully will have a few more videos coming for you in the next week or so. There's like kind of a end of the month thing I want to do, and there's another sort of video as well. My only difficulty right now is that my computer did completely die. So I'm kind of at the will of time and the hours of the library, because that's where I'm coming to you from now. Just recording at home, uploading from here, but as far as doing anything else, making thumbnails or anything like that, I have to do that from the library. So it will be a little difficult here for a while, but I also have some good news, I think, coming for you guys this week, and if that happens, I will have a couple more videos and I'll explain everything. So hopefully you guys like that. I know maybe not the majority of you would care what's in the box, but I did have a few people ask. Please remember also to put down in the comments if I were to do a Q&A, what questions would you want answered, and if I'm going to do a live stream, because you guys have been asking for it, what would you want the topic of the live stream to be? All right, so depending on how things go this week, I might have another video up for you, definitely by next week, and I will see you guys then.